some of the region in Nigeria actually demonstrated in the United Kingdom, London, and they're feeling proud about it. Restructuring is the word, but somehow again, when you really look at all the amendment going on in Nigeria, things happening in a different state, is that not already restructuring?
Yes, there's a lot of confusion as to what restructuring means. It does mean reshaping what we know as Nigeria. It is not redecorating. I want to emphasize that. It's not putting makeup on an ugly situation. It is going back to the fundamentals. And people can best understand it in the context of what happened with Brexit. There was Britain, the architect of the Nigerian mess in constitutional terms, that was a member of the European Union with 27, 28 other states. All of them developed, all of them making progress in the interests of their people. But the arrangement did not suit the British, and they decided that they wanted to pull out of that arrangement. And there was a process by which they could leave. That is how civilized people conduct their affairs. You do not stay in a union by force. You do not stay in a marriage by oppression. The marriage works best, and a union works best by consent, when everybody feels that they belong to the arrangement. So we can understand our people now looking at events in Britain and saying, well, if you, Britain, notwithstanding your level of development, notwithstanding the level of development right across Europe, you could see fit to leave this union. We're not asking for that. We're asking for an arrangement that allows us to feel a sense of belonging in the union that is called Nigeria. That's what we're asking for. And so therefore the issue is not going to go away. We're 60 years on. People have been going around in circles looking for the problem with Nigeria. It is simple. It is that, contrary to what we thought, we have actually never had a constitution. I say that again. We have never had a constitution.
But just some days ago, I came across a document that says this is the Nigerian Constitution, maybe in 1966, or there is the Midwest Southwest Constitution, which they, according to them, they couldn't find it anywhere in Nigeria, anywhere. But they have found a copy in the United States Harvard University Library just a few days ago, which is now kind of trying to start circulating. So could there not really be a constitution for Nigeria?
Well, let me explain my meaning. And I know what you're referring to. Is a document called the Constitution of the Western Region of Nigeria. Here's my meaning. A constitution is made by the people that it's supposed to govern. It is rules made by the people to regulate those who are going to be charged with the responsibility of governing. But the key thing is that it's made by the people who are to be governed. It is their act. We know, take what is called the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution.
Yes.
We know that it declares, we the people. But we also know that that document was not disclosed to the people. They knew nothing about it. They didn't have a clue as to what it said. The military said, you must go ahead and vote for your leader. And the people said, where is the constitution? Show it to us. And the military said, no, you vote first, and then we'll show you the constitution after. So people voted, and General Obasanjo was declared the winner of the 1999 election without anybody having seen the document called the 1999 Constitution. So yes, it carries the name Constitution, but I want people to understand there's a difference between an instrument of governance and a constitution. An instrument of governance is simply a set of rules contained in a document which a group of people are going to use as a reference point in order to govern a given situation. A constitution is similar, but the essential difference is that it is made by the people. So let's keep that distinction clear in our mind. An instrument of governance and a constitution, which is an expression of the will and the desires of the people. So when you now, the 1999 Constitution is clear, in an inverted commas, Constitution. It wears the name Constitution, but it's in reality simply an instrument of governance. Similarly, when a military government...
Yes, I wanted to quickly ask, when you say instrument of government, you know, in the National Assembly as of today, they keep referring back to 1999 Constitution as amended, as this, as that. So is it the instrument of government that they amended?
It's an instrument of governance called a constitution.
Right.
They could call it anything. It's simply an instrument of governance.
Okay.
If the hands of the people cannot be seen on the document, it is not a constitution. And that applies to the 79 Constitution as well. And that applies to the 1953 Constitution, because those ones were made by the colonial governments. Again, it was not an act of the people. We keep in mind, as I always say, there are 371 ethnic groups in this entity called Nigeria. If you cannot see a document that is signed by the representatives of those 371 ethnic groups, each and every one of them, you haven't got a constitution. So the clamor really for restructuring, if people really understand what it means, they are actually calling for, let us have a constitution for the very first time. One that is made by the people, that is made by each and every one of those 371 ethnic groups, such that we have a code of conduct between us. We have a basis for living together. That is what people are in search of.